Hey guys, it's Charlie with Outskirts Overland. Happy May 1st. Today is May Day. Happy to be here. I took yesterday off. I was trying to get some stuff sorted out and we'll see how it works. I already looks like I've lost connection a couple of times. I got a hot spot in the car. So we'll see. We'll see if that helps. That's what I was trying to get done was a hot spot in the car. I'm gonna have a hot spot for the truck too, just in general, so I can so that way, like for instance, when I was just at More Expo, I could still stream live with a hotspot. I'm not a fan of the Starlink. I think it's extremely proven to be reliable and good. It is just a ton of money, and if I could find a way to make a hotspot and a Wii Boost kind of work with each other, that's what I want to do, and I think I got that figured out. So that was the big, huge surprise that I had for everybody was getting a 5G hotspot um, to boost off the Wii Boost so that you could increase the signal, and it seemingly works pretty good. We'll see. So we'll see. And then you've got, I don't know. I think Starlink's $100 something a month, and I'll have not even $500 total. And there's no now when you got when you got the Wii Boost, there's no password. I get that all the time. People are always asking me, and this is not a commercial for Wii Boost by any means, but people are always asking me, do you need a password to use it? And it's like, no, just a cell booster. Like, just boost your signal. Like, it's no password or nothing. Now the hotspot will have a password, but it'll still be boosted because it's a cellular Wi-Fi hotspot. It'll still be boosted by the Wii Boost. So see how that all works. Anyways, techie. I Yeah. I mean, so I took the day off yesterday. Blues had playoff game. Unfortunately, they lost, but they played real physical, which I greatly appreciate as a just a person. I was actually thinking about that this morning. I was like, how many people that are in this hobby are like sports people? Maybe not a lot. Maybe a lot. I don't know. And I say sports like more than one. Obviously, like everybody's got, well, not everybody. I don't say, and not obviously, not everybody, and not obviously. A lot of people have a sport they follow, whether it's some type of a motorsport or just a sport. But how many people are sports people? Like, I'm into, I mean, I'm a Cardinals fan. I'm a Blues fan. I'm a Chicago Bears fan. I'm a William Byron fan. I'm a NASCAR fan. You know, I'm a George Russell fan, F1. I'm a Tony Stewart fan in NHRA. And again, he was NASCAR too, but I like him in NHRA as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm just a fan. And again, motorsports too. I just a sports fan, really. Don't have a favorite basketball team. Don't watch much basketball because it's kind of during baseball and hockey and football to some extent. And I watch those way more, so I don't get too into it. But I wonder how many people like even play sports. Like how many of you guys golf or disc golf? Disc golf's real popular around here, actually. Just a thought I had this morning, and as I do this every day almost, except yesterday because I took the day off. Just something I thought about. But I got to get on it with the truck. The truck needs the gears are broke in, freaking sweet. I need to change all the fluid, change the fluid in the diffs. It's really not a big deal. The engine oil needs changed on the truck too. But and then I got a dual battery thingy majigger. I got a dual battery set up. I got my red arc just things. Nothing. I mean, none of it's anything crazy or nuts. Just got to get it done. And I don't know if I mentioned this. I think I have. I'm in school, so I'm in college right now. I went back to school to be a for unmanned aerial technology, so I can work on drones, build drones, fly drones, all of the above. And I'm going to get my Part 107, and I'll be a essentially a certified drone technician. It'll let me do stuff for this. I even put a video up of me just screwing my drone. Like, I have a simulator and all kinds of stuff that go with, my courses, my coursework. And I still, like, you guys, I'm sure, well, I don't talk about it a whole lot, but I'm sure you guys have seen my disabled veteran plate on my truck. If you haven't, now you know. So I have GI Bill, and I got a little bit of extra time on it recently. I don't really know what it was for, why we got the kicker. But I guess if you were using it, you got a little bit more time. And I already used it to go to college. And so I was like, I got enough time left to do this other thing with the unmanned aerial system. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I'll be able to navigate that on not only just for like social media content, but like commercial purposes too. Like we go over all kinds of stuff. I mean, I don't even know what they use these things for, quite frankly. I'm like, oh, they use them for real estate, insurance, and YouTube, right? But like they inspect bridges, power lines. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. There's gas powered drones. I like for commercial use. I had no idea about half this stuff. Some of them are freaking huge. But anyways, I got a little bitty DJI Mini 4K that I got through school. School sent it to us to like kind of just get used to messing around with, and I made a little video with it. So it'll definitely increase my stuff on Instagram for sure, and maybe even here. I don't know. Like, who knows? I'm yet to like be fluent with it. I'm good enough, like, again, I'm going to school for it. I'm not like some just Joe that bought one. Like, I have many hours on a simulator with different drones. I've flown other drones. And again, cameras are a big part. But when you're looking to do like cinematic stuff, it requires us to be a little more smooth as far as things go. But I'm learning how to program them and stuff. Anyways, not talk too much about myself. But pretty cool stuff that, using them for agriculture mapping and different lasers for like range finding / measuring. It's pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Anyways, so that's something I just randomly was like, man, I'd really like to do that. And I could do it for free. So naturally I'm like hopping on that opportunity. So I've been doing that. So I'm not only working full time, I'm doing the podcast, I'm traveling, I'm camping, and I'm in college. So, and that's not always been the case. I just started college in like March. So my this program started in March. So that's not always been the case at all, but very busy for me. So taking a day off here and there to, I set up the Wi-Fi hotspot in this. I wrote a paper. I worked all day. I, watched the Blues game. Just busy. That's all. So it's not like I'm really doing it on purpose for any of you guys. Like, my listeners don't need to hear. So I mean, that's what's been going on with me, and that's why I took a day off. But today is May 1st. It's going to be pretty crappy here in Missouri. It's pretty overcast and nasty. But what are you going to do? So yeah, but as far as overlanding goes, I've been trying to keep track, man. Again, I've talked about this, many times over the last year and some change here. But I just feel like there's less content out there, and not that I rely on content necessarily. I make content, but it is nice to kind of watch stuff. But I don't know what's going on. I mean, I was just at More Expo. I mean, there's no doubt that this hobby / genre is not. I mean, it's not dying. If anything, it is actually growing. But when it was growing at the fastest rate, I still think it may even be bigger now than when it was growing the fastest. Literally bigger at the moment. But there's not as much driving it, and it's a complete and totally known fact that YouTube drives overlanding. Content drives overlanding. Like Instagram, but it's all, I mean, it all kind of still comes back to YouTube. There's just not as much. There's just not as much content. I did see yesterday that the Overland Journal and Expedition portal and Expedition Portal, which was like the first forum from like my days back in the day, has merged with Expedition Overland and the Expedition Ranch. So that's cool. That's all in one place now. So that's Scott Brady and Clay Croft. I'm sure most people know about Clay Croft. But they merged, and I saw that go kind of. It looked at least like it was announced live yesterday. So that's cool. I'm excited about that. I like both those guys. Um, and I think they're both kind of pioneers in the space. Now, I do think that like when you look at world expedition versus like North American overlanding, you're gonna see a big difference. Like world expedition is not nearly as much off-roading. It's travel. It's not gonna be, it's unsupported travel. And like me, when I go to the Ozarks, like it's very off roady, and that's not what you're gonna get there. So if you're not into the whole like kind of traveling different continents and covering miles and stuff like that, it might not be your cup of tea. You may still want to be more involved with like the Story Till Now, who does a lot of off-roading slash overlanding. But overland, the Overland Journal is something I've read since it's been out, and Expedition Portal I've been on since 2006. Um, and really was the first place for people to kind of in North America. Well, I mean, it's not just for North America, the internet, right? Like, but it just is kind of place for people to be together. And just for reference, like I've been on Expedition Portal since 2006. The iPhone wasn't out until 2008, guys. Like this is pre smartphone, not even just iPhone, smartphone. So just to put that into context for some of you guys that are younger, you're like, I don't even remember that. Like I don't even remember a time without smartphones and iPhones and whatever. But yeah, it's that long ago. MySpace time. So, and that might some of you guys are like, what is that? But that's how long I've been on that. So it's a cool place, and it's always been a cool place. Huge Rolodex and stuff. So that's awesome. Um, so yeah, that's what's that happened in the overland space. It's worth talking about for those of you guys that are interested. Maybe it draws some of you guys to X Overland. They have a lot of videos out, very high quality videos. So maybe that's something to watch. I do enjoy watching like overlanded travel content, but like I'm saying, man, it's kind of a bummer. Like I've been watching more movies lately because there's not as much of it, and I would prefer to watch, people's travels. That's how I learn about new stuff. Maybe stuff that's not so good to do. Maybe stuff that's better to do. Some new ideas, new places, even potentially. Like, oh, they're in the desert. That looks cool, or whatever. Learn about. Oh, excuse me. Learn about some considerations of things, but for whatever reason, that is slow right now. And it's almost summer. I just don't understand. I don't know. I tell you, the people that are big, I'm seeing a lot of shifts in. This is unfortunate. I will. Let's talk on this. Actually, this is super unfortunate to me. But in the overland space, creators have sponsors or partnerships or affiliations or whatever with brands. I swear this year too, like this year in 2025, the last 5 months, I've seen more creators work with numerous different brands across the same type of stuff. Like I can think of two creators off the top of my head, and I never name names, that have had three different brands of rooftop tents in the last 5 months. And I'm like, dude, like whatever happened to these people working with brands? Like these are different brands. Like sometimes, like certain brands have a wide line and different creators work with a brand and they'll be like, oh, here's their new tent, here's their other tent, blah, 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 blah. Here's their new wheels, here's the new tire. I have seen more freaking brand hopping than ever in the overland space. And I mean, to each their own. Do what you do, and that's fine. I don't have anything. I mean, it's not a negative. It's just a what's the word? I've just noticed. It's just an observation. That's the word I was looking for. It's just an observation. So I don't know if they're needing that to drive their content because the content's not getting the views or they're not putting it out as frequently. I don't know. No idea. No clue, man. So, but it's just interesting. I talk about it probably at least 3, 4 times a year about content because I take in content. Like I like content. Like there's a guy on Instagram, chase.in.point. And he's in like a GX 470. He like travels all over and he's super good photographer and it's just enjoyable. Keegan Jasper, really like his photography and his shorts and stuff. Like I I resonate with these people and what they post. So when they start to post less, it's like, dang, that's like a daily routine of mine kind of thing. Like maybe I am for you guys even. Maybe I'm just a daily routine of somebody that chit chats, and it's hard when that slows down. I mean, I took a day off, but by no means am I taking 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off, a month off, 2 months off. I'm here for whatever. I Yeah, it's just stinks kind of. But I have been my friend Wes did message me this morning. He travels with a trailer, so he wrote me a lot about considerations with trailers and why you do trailers and different stuff with trailers. I have X grid trailers that I've been speaking to that I'm going to get on the podcast here in the next, over time here in some time. They're in Las Vegas. It's expo season. They're busy. I'm busy after work, so I do this before work. So it's just you know, I just gotta get stuff together, get schedules together and stuff. So, but I'll have them on, and they have a wide range of trailers, and they'll be able to talk about a lot of different ones. So, hopefully, just so you guys can get to know about them. I don't know much. I don't. Well, I mean, I don't want to say I don't know much. I know some. I just know it's not my cup of tea. But again, I know that doesn't mean it's not your guys. And I don't ever want to seem like I'm telling you guys to not do what's going to work best for you. I just absolutely know, like, for me, for how I like, for what I value in this hobby, it's not best for me. Like, what I value is like ease, convenience, quickness. And again, people be like, oh, well, a trailer fits those things. Well, not really. I gotta have insurance on it, its own plates. I gotta hook it up, drop it off. I can't just on a whim leave with a trailer. Like, I gotta have the trailer. And I'm not going to drive around 100% of the time with a trailer where I can drive around in my truck 100% time ready to roll. I can be ready. I can be unpacked and packed in 2 minutes. And that if I leave a trailer hooked up, yeah, that's the case. But there's going to be instances where having the trailer hooked up is not an option for trails. And then I got to come back to it. And it's just, nothing against that object, just not going to be the object for me. But I do want to get people that are familiar with it, considerations for it, that know about it. And I'm not going to spend, ten to $50,000 to give you guys that information on what I think about it. I mean, it's just not going to be, it's just not going to be my jam. But I am fully aware that as this podcast has grown and they get more popular and people with families and don't want to be climbing up and down ladders as they age and different stuff, that different strokes for different folks type thing, that it is something that the people want to hear. So I just want to let you guys know, even as much as that isn't my preferred way of doing it, I am trying to get knowledge and education so that I could get that out to you guys so you could understand things better, because that's what I do here. Like, I just try to be, you know, and I say I'm unbiased, and I'm not a trailer person, but I want to give you unbiased info on trailers. Like, my info on trailers isn't that you shouldn't have one, it's that I don't have one and I have reasons for that, but it's not that you shouldn't at all. Like, that's kind of with anything. Like, there's different things that go along with this that are better for situations. And I'm aware that my situation isn't everybody's situation. My wants and needs aren't everybody's wants and needs. So I just want to have the information and education to where, like, I have no problem telling somebody, like, this would be, I think, based on what you're telling me, this is going to be the ideal way for you to go. As far as trailers are concerned, and you're gonna have some vehicle limitations on what your vehicle can pull and what these things weigh. I'm sure there's a vast range of weights with these trailers, like from not much to a ton. I would presume, but I don't know. I just don't know, and I don't want to tell you guys I do know when I don't yet. So I am trying to seek that information out for you guys. I know that's a very hot commodity right now is trailers, so I'm trying to figure that out. I've had a lot of people recently, just people I've been around. A lot of people that I've been around recently are talking more about how they like the convenience of a ground tent versus a rooftop tent. Because there's a huge con to rooftop tents, and that's that it's with you all the time. So if you open it up, you got to put it down to go anywhere. You can't just hop in the truck and go somewhere. That's an absolute con. I mean, to some folks, mine closes up in, I don't know, 30 seconds, like, for real. Like, and I mean, that's not an exaggeration. Like, it really takes, like, as fast as I want to move is as fast as I can get it put up and appropriately. That's not like, oh, it takes 5 minutes, but if I rush, it takes 30 seconds. I mean, going slow, it takes me a minute and a half. Like, seriously. So that's just not a thing that I don't travel where I need to be sprinting places. So it just isn't a problem for me. But again, maybe for you it is. Maybe that's too long. I don't know. Or maybe getting up and putting it up and taking it down is, like, just not in your long-term plan due to injuries or whatever, ability to get up that high to pull it down. I have a truck, I get on the tailgate. I mean, vehicle selection makes a big difference in some of these things. If you've got a hatch in the back, then you can't just hop on the back and pull down your rooftop tent. It makes a difference. I mean, it's different. It's all different for different reasons and types. So I'm just trying to get the information on the trailers. I mean, I've owned every kind of rooftop tent, I feel like, at this point. So, like, owned them, not only owned them, been around them, friends have had them. Very rooftop tent knowledgeable for sure. Heck, yeah. Anyways, I've owned them all. So, types. I owned all the rooftop tents that are out there. There's a couple that are unique in the marketplace right now that I'm real interested in. And man, I want to get my hands on them before I even say if they, like, how they are. You got everything from ultralight ones where, like, companies are making some that are like 70, 80 pounds total with still big footprints and stuff. And then you've got some that have unique designs for more space and, I even saw one the other day where, like, the roof is actually like a plexiglass and you can almost unroll the interior of the roof so you can, like, see through to, like, the sky in the night. So, like, it's still like a hard shell rooftop tent, but, like, it's clear on the roof. And I thought that was about the coolest thing I'd ever seen. I was like, that is innovative for sure. They were out of stock, and I also looked for reviews on it and I couldn't find any, but I was like, man, that is and again, innovative, cool idea. Do I know if that is um, do I know longevity? Do I know durability? No, but I mean, it's a cool idea. So there are companies out there that are willing to, look outside the box. That's for sure. And I bet that's the same thing with trailers. Like, I can't even tell you guys, like, I don't even know the types of trailers I saw this weekend. There was some things this weekend that I saw, or yeah, this weekend. It's Thursday, but it was last weekend that I saw that were, like, so outside the box as far as trailers are concerned. I don't even know what you would call them. Like, it's form factor, shapes, slide outs, open ups, tons. And I'm talking, like, if there was 300 trailers, I saw 65 different kinds, like types, shapes, and different things, and fiberglass, and pop-up tops, and wedge tops, and just teardrops, and could just do everything and anything that you can. There was stuff I couldn't have imagined that I saw that now I know about. So people are innovating. That's for sure. That's for positive. Yeah, that's really happening. I do see a lot of bigger vehicles too coming into the space. It's no longer the Forerunner, Tacoma, Jeep, Gladiator, Jeep 4-door, 2-door Gladiator. I saw a lot of full size vehicles, F-150s, 250s, 350s, Tundras, um, stuff like that. It's not just like Frontiers, and it's not just like that midsize anymore. So I saw a lot of that. You want to know? I'm in the Subaru right now, but you want to know what I did not see much of? Subarus. So, which when I go to Rendezvous in the Ozarks, there's actually quite a few Subarus. I mean, I think this is a great vehicle if you're not a big off-roader. Like gas mileage, all-wheel drive, comfort, like a lot of things that are awesome about this car. And any Subaru, really. I mean, you can get a rooftop tent on them. They make them to where the racks that they come with can support a rooftop tent like 800-900 pounds, um, static, and like 300-400 pounds dynamic, which is as good as any rack you'll put on anything. So these are great. I didn't, I just, this is gonna happen to me sometimes. But I just thought about that, and I was like, I saw like zero Subaru stuff, or even like small SUV stuff. I didn't see anything at More Expo that was like RAV4, Forester, Outback, Crosstrek, you know, Hyundai. What are they? Hyundai and Kia have like Sportage and Santa Fe. Like, I feel like, man, hey, companies, get on that because that's what people have. That's what people drive those every day. If they want to get into overlanding and not, newsflash, most expensive thing you're going to get is a vehicle, actually, probably. I don't know why that was a thing that was developing within the last 2 years, at least. Like you saw a lot of, you know, because there's the segue between like kids going to soccer and camping, but doing it easier. So you don't have to can't pack so much gear. So they're making roof racks and tire carriers and skid plates. So, mom could take the kids to soccer, but doesn't have to lift the car, but could put a skid plate underneath it so that she doesn't pop a hole in the mom or dad will pop a hole in the oil pan and stuff. I guess, sometimes I'm gonna come to stuff while I'm talking to you guys, but yeah, no mid-size SUV stuff that I saw. Forerunner, Forerunner. I saw a lot of Forerunner. Everything was that size or bigger. Weird. Well, I have a Subaru, and you guys will get some content on it. I have the truck back, and it's re-geared and it's got lockers, so it's freaking so sick. That's so cool. Like my truck is like the coolest thing I've ever owned. So, anyways, yeah, man, for my Subaru folks out there, I'm a Subaru folks, and I need to probably pay more. Like, I'm gonna work on that actually, because that's something that not nobody, but a lot of people don't have. They have interest in, and there's nobody talking about it. So I got you guys. Whether you're in small SUVs or you don't need to get a Forerunner. It's not necessary. You don't need to get a Tacoma. You don't need to get a Tundra. You don't need to get a F-150, a Titan, even a Frontier. Like if you've got a car, that car will work. And there's companies that make stuff. And there's things you could make work, and there's different universal pieces. Man, yeah, that just hit me. I'll work on that. So that just clicked. I mean, heck, yeah. Anyways, I'll touch on that later. But anyways, guys, that's what I got today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Again, go ahead and text the podcast. Charlie at outskirtsoverland.com is my email. I'm available on all social platforms at Outskirts Overland. Yesterday, I did not do the podcast, but I did make I don't want to call it a blog post, but I made a longer post. If you go over to my Instagram or my personal Facebook or my Outskirts Overland Facebook, you'll be able to find it. There's a picture of my truck, but it talks about genuine content and just like being genuine and not kind of being cringe or not, not getting caught up in the content world, like just being genuine if you're putting stuff out there. And I think it's worth the read. I took the time to write it and it's written well. I think it's worth your time to read. I did put something out yesterday. So go over there and give that a look and give that a read. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow for Friday before the weekend. Thanks guys for being here. Contact me for anything. Hit me with a subject, hit me with a thought, and I'll be happy to talk to you guys. I'll catch you later.